this video, I'm going to share with you how I lost all of the baby weight in less than 6 months with no strict dieting and no strict workouts. So if you're curious to see how I went from this to this, just keep on watching. Before I jump into how I lost the weight, I wanted to give a disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I am not a nutritionist. I am none of those things. So take this information with a grain of salt. Consult your doctor before you do anything. And I will also link 2 of the most amazing doctors that changed my life down in the description, Dr. Berg and Dr. Fung. They're both here on YouTube, and I got so much valuable information from both of these doctors. That's my disclaimer. Now, let's get into it. So my biggest secret to weight loss is OMAD, 1 meal a day. That's not saying that you're eating like a little plate of food with tiny little portions. No, you are eating all of your caloric needs in an hour eating window. Some people take it to 2 hours, but generally an hour to 2 hour eating window while maintaining a caloric deficit. Every body is going to be different. So you need to calculate your macros. You need to calculate your weight. I will link calculators down in the description down below. There's also MyFitnessPal, and I personally use my carb manager, and it was a great way to track my weight loss and also have my macro breakdown. So your macros are protein, fat, and carbohydrates. That's what makes up your macronutrients. So in the beginning, I was very cognizant of my carbohydrate intake because I struggled with insulin resistance. And that is the primary reason why many people cannot lose weight. For me, I had to reduce the amount of carbohydrates I was ingesting. I had to up my protein and up my fat in order to make up for the carbohydrates that I wasn't eating. Now, I kept my carbohydrate intake to about 50 to 100 net carbs a day. It depended on the day. Sometimes I ate less than 50 net carbs. Sometimes I ate a little bit more than 75 net carbs, but I always kept it between 50 net carbs and 100 net carbs. So your net carbs is the total carbs in the food minus the fiber. That equals your total net carbs. Now, I did not follow any ketogenic diet. I didn't follow paleo. I wasn't vegan. I didn't do any of that. I ate food that I like to eat. And that is the best part of OMAD for me, is that I get variety every day. And I highly recommend having variety in your meals. And that never made me feel like I was on a diet or I was restricting myself. All it made me feel was, okay, I'm full and now I don't have to eat later on, and I can digest my food and I have time to actually do other things. And it made me even more productive. All right, guys, before I jump into more OMAD goodness, make sure you smash that like button for me. It helps me in the algorithm and it shows me that you are liking and appreciating this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Now let's get into more OMAD tips. Now, if you are a mother and you are trying to lose the baby weight, there are some recommendations that I have for you. Again, I'm not a doctor, so please consult your doctor for this, but I do not recommend OMAD for breastfeeding mothers. Why is that? Because you need to have the amount of calories in order to make breast milk. You can do a 12 to maybe 14-hour fast and still eat your caloric needs to maintain healthy breast milk supply. But if you're done breastfeeding and you want to start losing the baby weight, then I would transition from going from a 14-hour fast into a 20 to 24 hour fast. Now, you can do this gradually over time by increasing your fasting hours. And a great app that I use is called Zero. And you can actually track all of your fasts, how long you fast for, your weight loss in the app. You can do so many things with this app, and I highly recommend it. I am not sponsored by them. It's one of those apps that keeps me on track, but it also helps me stay motivated because I can see how long I've been fasting. I'm kind of a competitive person, so I can see my previous fasts and I can push myself and have a little bit more discipline when I'm doing these fasts. So how I fast is pretty simple. I follow my app. So whenever I'm done eating the day before, I hit my fasting timer, and from there, I've entered into my fast. Now, when you are fasting, if you are trying to do a true fast, all you would be consuming is water, plain water, and or black coffee or tea. I don't recommend any sugary stuff because that can kick you out of your fast, and basically you're not getting the full benefits of fasting. You can kind of throw a little bit of calories here and there. For example, if you can't drink black coffee, you can put a tablespoon of heavy cream in your coffee to break it up and make it taste a little bit better. When I break my fast, I usually have some fruit, I have some carbs, I have a protein, I have different things that fill up my plate. Once you're done eating, you close your eating window out again, you hit your fast button, and then you start your fast again. Now, every day looks a little bit different, and my recommendation to essentially get the maximum weight loss, and this is what I did, I would vary the times that I would eat. So let's say one day I would eat at 1 p.m. and my fast would obviously end at 2 or 2:30. From there, I would push my fast to maybe about 3 o'clock the next day. So my body is not getting used to the particular time of day. If it's 12 o'clock and you eat at 12 o'clock every day, you're gonna get stomach rumbles at about 11:30, 11:45 because your brain knows that you're preparing to eat at 12 o'clock. So if you can vary that throughout the weeks, throughout the days, it actually helps your body not get used to eating at that certain time, and that will promote more weight loss. I did not do any weightlifting. I didn't go to the gym. I didn't do heavy cardio. All I did to lose the weight was OMAD and walking every day. So I would take my daughter out in the morning for our 30-minute walk, and at the evening times for our 30-minute walk. I walk about a mile and a half, depending on my pace, but I'm essentially walking 5,000 steps to 7,000 steps a day. I'm not even breaking 10,000 steps. You can definitely do that. It's highly recommended that people walk 10,000 steps a day. I did not do that, but I didn't do any strenuous exercises to lose the weight. And as you guys saw in my before and after, I've lost 30 pounds doing this. I am currently in maintenance mode, kind of still in a caloric deficit, but very small caloric deficit, just to, lose that 5 extra pounds that I want to be at. But just being in the clothes that I used to fit into before being pregnant feels so amazing. And if you are trying to get there as well, I highly recommend OMAD. But if you're new to fasting, start taking out snacks. Snacks is the first thing that can go. Then breakfast, because if you can push out breakfast to about 12, 1 o'clock, you are opening up your fasting window. So I would go from doing a 12-hour fast to a 14-hour fast, then a 16, 18, 20, and then you can push yourself. I also threw in some 36-hour fasts just to kick my body into gear, you can do that as well. There are so many things that you can do when you are fasting and you have that in your tool belt. You can really get into body hacking and biohacking. You don't have to depend on a strict keto diet or a strict paleo diet to lose the weight or be in the gym lifting so much weight. Although now I'm going to start transitioning into lifting some weights, doing some boxing, things like that, just for maintenance wise. The beauty of fasting is that you can do it as many ways as you want. You can switch it up from week to week and see what works for you. Maybe OMAD is too aggressive. Maybe an 18-hour fast works for you. You can see by doing these different fasts what will actually get you to break through that barrier to start getting some significant weight loss. Let me know if you guys have any questions or any follow-up things that you want me to talk about. But that is my video. Let me know what you guys think. Give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.